$7 million for his Senate race, and according to a poll, he's ahead of his opponent. So why is the National Republican Senatorial Committee raising money for the other guy? Kentucky Republican Rand Paul is here. He says there's a disturbing trend in several of the 2010 races around the country. Dr. Paul, welcome here. So you have raised more money than the other guy has. You are leading him in the polls. He is a former Democrat who's actively supported Bill Clinton, and the Republican establishment is supporting him. What the heck is going on?
Well, you know, I'm not sure, Judge. I'm not sure whether I should be mad or thankful. Every time the National Senate Republican Committee comes out and announces they're doing another fundraiser for him, I set new online fundraising records. I think the grassroots freedom movement, the Tea Party movement, I don't think they're happy about people in Washington telling them how their elections should be run in Kentucky.
Last time I saw a national poll against just a hypothetical candidates, it showed the Democrats at about 36% and the 8 Republicans at 18%, and the Tea Party folks around 23 or 25. My guess is you are capturing that constitutional return to American values movement.
Absolutely. Every Tea Party I've been to in Kentucky has been 10 times larger than the largest Republican events that I've attended. The Tea Party movement's big. They're unhappy about big government. They don't want another career politician. They don't want a watered-down Democrat. They don't want Democrat light. The Tea Party wants somebody to rein in spending and control the deficit.
And what is the Republican establishment afraid of? I mean, they have a young, articulate candidate in you who knows how to light a fire in people's bellies about the issues that you've just raised, and instead they support this other guy. What's going on behind the scenes?
I think it's twofold. I think some of the leaders in the Republican Party say, what's the easiest way to win? And their best guess as the easiest way to win is, let's run an ex-Democrat. Let's run a moderate who doesn't believe in any really strongly constitutional or conservative issues, because that person will look more like the Democrats and we'll have an easier time. But I think that's a mistake. I think that there's truly a body of independent voters out there that have left the Republicans, not because we're too conservative, but we aren't true enough to our conservative principles. We're not true enough to say, we've got to cut spending. We're not true enough to say, look, in 1994, the Contract with America said, we believe in term limits. If I'm elected, I think many in Washington are afraid that I will nationalize the issue of term limits, and I will talk about it loud and long, and you may well see a lot of heads turn, and you may well see that movement come alive.
What's the biggest issue? What resonates the most with the voters in Kentucky when you compare yourself to the ex-Democrat the establishment is running against you?
What I tell them is, as I go around Kentucky, I've yet to meet one Republican primary voter who would have voted for the bank bailout, and yet half of your Republican politicians did. That's why this is a primary, and you get to decide who you're going to vote for. Someone who is against the bank bailouts, someone who's for term limits, and someone who promises, like I do, that I'll vote against any budget that's not balanced, Republican or Democrat. I think that resonates particularly in the Tea Party movement, because these people believe in issues. They believe government's broken. They believe that the pork barrel spending and the earmarks and all that is out of control, and we have to rein it in. And the establishment candidates are afraid of that. They won't promise not to do earmarks. They won't promise not to have term limits, because they want a career. My opponent wants to be there for the rest of his life. I want to go up there, shake up the system, and come back home to Kentucky.
Dr. Rand Paul, thanks very much. We'll be right back.